a people, it's a community, it's a life, it's a heart, it's a spirit.
Parents of gay children say, I want my son, my gay son, to have the same opportunity to come to me and say, hey, Dad, I'm getting married, as my non-gay son or my non-gay daughter.
The heck would you want a picture of a tattoo of $1,000 on your penis for?
You might just need to satisfy yourself sexually alone at that point.
Do I regret it? Not one bit. Did I think that I would actually take it the next step and do it again?
And what goes into their life, how they handle it. There are 12 houses, and each one of those houses has a particular function.
Look into yourself, think about it, and just be whoever it is that speaks to you.
Hello and welcome to the Internet edition of Talking About. I'm John Griffith, your host, and today I have author, activist, columnist, among many of the hats that you wear, Wayne Besen. Welcome.
Thank you. Definitely not cook. I tried to make something earlier
You
and
don't wear the
burnt the
chef
heck
hat?
out of it. No, I thought I did, but I didn't know you could burn a bagel that bad in 2 minutes.
Okay, well, we're kind of talking about a little bit about your personal story and your organization, truthwinsout.org. Well, what in your life led you to form truthwinsout.org?
Personal experience. I mean, when I came out of the closet, there just wasn't that much information out there. And I finally told my parents, I'm like, Mom, Dad, I'm gay. And they were like, what? And my mom's like, no. And my dad said, you still like sports, don't you? And I knew it was going to be a really long road to acceptance. And then in the middle of me trying to make things better, they walked into this mall and they saw this ex-gay subliminal tape called Gay and Unhappy. It was like an anti-gay Enya. It was half self-hypnotic. And then the other part of that deep voice that told me how much I like breasts. And obviously it didn't work. I'm here right now. But it was that experience. Yeah, it was that experience that began it. Then I started Truth Wins Out because George W. Bush invited the leader of the ex-gay ministries, Alan Chambers, to the White House to lobby in favor of the federal marriage amendment, which would ban same-sex marriage. And I said, enough is enough. And then I went to the National Press Club on the spur of the moment and launched this organization, truthwinsout.org, to fight back because I felt that there really wasn't any group fighting these pray away the gay, ex-gay ministries and reparative therapy out there. And they were getting away with so many lies, so much disinformation, and I said, enough. Got to do something about it.
Well, I mean, what's an example of what they put out there, and what's the way to combat it?
Well, first of all, they believe that gay people are getting AIDS because of God. We're reaping what we're sowing, is what they say on their website. They also believe that we have demons, and they have a lot of exorcisms. They don't talk about this when they're talking to the mainstream media, but if you read their books, they say that it's Satan and it's demonic and that they can bring the demons out of you. And they also say terrible things, like if you come out of the closet, you're going to be unhappy, you're never going to find anybody, that if you go bald or get a little waistline, or if you get older, you're not going to have anyone for the rest of your life. They scare people. And these terrified individuals are looking for this organization to protect them and help them, when in fact they really need protection from Exodus International.
I mean, is it, the road to hell is paved with good intentions? Is that the case at any time?
It's actually cheap asphalt, but anyway. Yeah, I think that is the appropriate term. I mean, a lot of these people are sincere and well-meaning, but they happen to be hurting a lot of people in the process. And what bothers me is the ex-gay industry is impervious to evidence. Facts don't matter. Truth doesn't matter. They will say anything. They will do anything. They'll quote any fake study, and they'll conduct bogus research, all because they don't like GLBT people and because they think we're going to hell.
Well, I mean, just the so-called facts and numbers that they sometimes present, that are they pretty much pulled out of the air?
Their numbers and statistics are completely fake or twisted. In fact, at Truth Wins Out, we have a Respect My Research program that goes right to the professors they're quoting. And we film these professors at these esteemed universities like Yale and Harvard saying, stop lying about my work. Don't cherry pick my findings. And it's caused a great deal of embarrassment to groups like Focus on the Family, the National Research and Therapy of Homosexuality, known as NARTH, and other organizations that really take a lot of money out of people's pockets by twisting the truth.
And unfortunately, the people that are supposedly seeking the help are the ones who are hurt the most. Because instead of going for the route of self-acceptance, which is the healthier route, having been convinced that there's something wrong with them, they're reaching out to these organizations that in turn cause more harm than good.
Yeah, these groups prey on the weak and the vulnerable and very fragile people, and they fill their head with lies and use fear and smear about the GLBT community to use their terminology to recruit them into their programs. And the results can be devastating. And bottom line is, it doesn't work. The most you can do is change your behavior through an extreme regimen of religious suppression of your sexuality, but you're certainly not changing your orientation. And even the ex-gay ministries, when pressed, will acknowledge that now because of the many failures of their very own leaders, including one I photographed in a gay bar.
Right, I was about to mention that.
Who was on the cover of Newsweek. But we just hope that these people who are these victimizers in the ex-gay ministries are also victims, and we just want to help them come out of the closet as well. They're very troubled individuals, and we're doing everything we can to make it easier to accept themselves for who they are, not who Pat Robertson wants them to be.
Right. And the TruthWinsOut.org has done a lot of good, and you do show some examples of the outreach that you've done, and some of the folks who've become healthier individuals because of getting away from these organizations.
We think all of America should hear the story about these victims, these survivors of ex-gay ministries, and we have the premier collection of survivor videos where people tell their stories and relay the thousands of dollars they wasted when they talk about the years of their life down the drain, how they gave up careers and they gave up the chance at love, true love, for what? For nothing. For false hope that's sold by these organizations that pretend they love you.
Right. And
but
just
really
you're in a state of misery.
Yeah. In fact, sometimes we call them the ex-gay miseries instead of the ministries, because that's the end result. In fact, the organization, the largest one that promotes this, is Exodus International, and we say it's appropriate because at the end it's a big exodus from their program.
And you've done an extensive amount of research which is in your book, Anything But Straight.
Yeah.
One of two books, and there's more information about your book on the Truth Wins Out website? There
is. It was 4 years worth of research into these ministries, who there are, what they're about, and who funds them. What's their goal? Because it's really political. The right wing reads polls that show that if Americans can be tricked into believing you can go from gay to straight, they vote anti-gay. And if they believe you're born that way, they vote pro-gay. In a free country, it shouldn't matter, but polling shows it does, and that's why they're spending millions of dollars to bamboozle people into believing this lie.
Okay, and if there's anything that you want to see people take away from the book and TruthWinsOut.org, what would it be in the last 15 seconds?
I think I want my work to help people be who they are and accept themselves and go on to live rich, deep, meaningful, fulfilling lives of much happiness, where their sexual orientation isn't this dominating tug of war within their soul, and they can just live and be who they were meant to be.
All right, well, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
And I want to thank you for joining me. TruthWinsOut.org, www.talkingabout.info, MySpace/talkingabout. Just Google me. Google him, Wayne Besen, John Griffith. Thank you. Till next time.